Bay just had a pretty good little, I guess, cold front system go through. A bit of lightning, not as much as they forecast, but we're kind of at the very last part of the storms. You can actually see it starting to clear in the west a little bit. There's one more string of kind of lighter looking weather to the west, and this is the last of the main core of the storms going through here. So I am west of that, west northwest of that, and the edge of the rain from that is right there at the land. So, and we're pretty close to it. It's been quiet. I don't want to jinx myself, but it's been quiet. Last lightning I saw was about 20 minutes ago, but of course it could always do it. So let's see what happens, I guess. Running my Mabru 12-volt air conditioning system. And what I've discovered with this pilot house is, I've discovered a lot of things. Not the least of which is that there's not good airflow. Of course, if it's raining, you don't really want to open the windows up anyway. You want to keep the rain out. So I had everything closed, and the temperature is good. It's like 68, 69 degrees. But with the air conditioner off, these windows start fogging up really bad. And, visibility with a pilot house is already not exactly amazing, particularly when you've got 70% tint, which is the lightest that I could find available, 70% ceramic tint, to help try to keep the heat, out of here, because all this glass, it just cooks you in here, even with the air conditioning. The 12,000 BTU unit that I have down here is just not enough for all this glass, and it's really meant for nighttime, or if you're going to be anchored up or something, you could put some kind of curtains up. But that's my lithium powered 12-volt Mabru system, the Renogy solar charge controller there. Right now I've only got 300 watts of solar, but I put a 90 amp alternator on the engine, so that alternator charges through a DC to DC charger that's set up for lithium. So basically this converts the voltages and the currents and everything to lithium friendly. That happens back here, comes right off the main battery. So when the alternator is on, that charger picks up the voltages in a charged state, converts it to lithium friendly, sends it down to a 200 amp hour lithium battery down here, which next year, air conditioning season starts up, I'll upgrade to a second and have 400 amp hours. This little boat, it's got an inverter on it. I never even tried using that inverter. 1,000 watts. I mean, you're not going to do a whole lot with that. Probably a coffee maker would work fine. AC, DC fridge down here. And a little sink, a little freshwater sink. Supposedly there's a water heater on this boat, but I don't believe there is. As you see, the sink is storage. But a couple things I've done to the boat. I've done quite a bit. I did the lithium and the new charge system, lithium battery bank, solar up top, 12-volt Mabru air conditioning system there. And then I've got issues with rheumatoid condition that really bothers my back a lot. And one thing I cannot do is sit upright for long periods of time. So I bought the cheapest reclining boat seat anywhere, which is sold as a party barge seat. Now, the good news is it fits, and it actually still even has room to turn. I wish the armrests would adjust up and down, but they don't. But this really saves my back. It means I can use the boat and not ruin the next 2 days of my life by leaning back. That said, the way that it mounts, a little bit of room behind it, but I'm all the way back on the adjustment. So I'm either going to move that mount back about 3 inches or so to allow movement to go back that extra inch or so. But the other thing I'm going to have to do is figure out how to drop the seat down a little bit, because it unfortunately sits about an inch higher than it needs to right here. So I may have to modify this seat. I probably pick up 2 inches right here just by changing how this is set up. So I need to get this down a little bit, because it's about 2 inches higher than the old seat. And it's just, you can't rest your feet comfortably on that. I don't want to mount that further up. I do have good headroom in this boat, thankfully. But a few other things that I've done is I've gone to an HDS 12 Live. I know that's not the latest generation, but Saved about $1,200, $1,000 by going to the live, and I just didn't think the features on the newest model mattered that much to me. And I caught this on a good deal on a sale. The boat came with this Gen 2 Touch HDF7, which I use it for long distance radar. So I put on the Halo 20 plus radar system, which works pretty well so far. It is sensitive to voltage. I had a little voltage issue earlier today, and that didn't go so good. But as long as it's got 11.5 volts, it's happy. If it gets below that, the radar shuts off. And the other indicator has a little Bluetooth receiver over here will stop working. So obviously you shouldn't be running 9 or 10 volts anyway. But I have an issue with this switch. The first thing that happened, so right now this boat has a battery up forward for the electronics, and it has a charge circuit that can be activated with the switch that charges it, kind of similar to the way my lithium batteries work. And basically, something went wrong with that. So first thing is this light's not working, but I verified that power's going to it. So I assume that this little bulb blew out, and that's the biggest issue. And because it isn't working, I assume the battery charger wasn't working. And so I probably had it off when I should have had it on, and it let the voltage run down. But anyway, I've got structure scan, the latest generation transducer for that. So, I've got some pretty cool capabilities for seeing the fish and things of that nature. So I probably do more running around than I do fishing, but I do intend on fishing. I have a fishing license. I've got a few rods and reels. Probably not, what I should have, but I do plan to do some offshore fishing as well. Shell Island's right off that way. Not that you can see it right now. But let's see what we can pick up here on the old structure scan. I'm really just fascinated with, side scan technology. It's all right. So you see, we just had a little drop down right there. It went down to 10 volts, and bad things happen with the radar. So that's what I'm out here doing today, is kind of testing this new install. Got to figure out what's going on with that, because certainly need to have. And by the way, the lithium battery bank is completely separate from any of this. But I think I'm going to install an AV switch. And let's see, we're 120 feet out. There's nothing on the bottom around here. It's pretty wild. I mean, there are some things around, but it's quite barren out here in the bays. My thoughts are the shrimp boats that come out here at night probably pick up a lot of the debris that would otherwise be out here, because you got to think with hurricanes and everything that happens around here. But occasionally you run across something. Most of your sunken boats around here are going to be in the little bayous, although there are several that are in the area that I go and visit quite often, and they're a good little spot to catch a quick fish. Of course, we have quite a few dolphins here in the bay, and occasionally you'll see the dolphins swim by, which can be kind of alarming. And about 15 minutes ago, I saw, I believe, a turtle surfaced right over in that area. And as I got closer and he detected that I was nearby, then he decided to sink down. See, we got a little something right there. And more likely than not, that's going to be a dolphin or something of that nature. Let's go back over that way. See where we're at. Switch over to a little bit better viewpoint for that. Really, I have another screen that I have programmed, and I believe I accidentally overwrote it with. I need to edit that. I think I overwrote it. There you go. It could have been that diving duck right there. I don't know if you guys probably could see him. He's right there. So he could have been down low. A couple of those work in the area right here. It's really cool to see them go down. They kind of go straight down and leave a trail of bubbles according to the sonar anyway. I've been in areas where there's been 20 of those things diving down at the same time. Got a little bit of structure or maybe some holes right here. We're kind of going up onto a shallower area. We're going from 40 feet to 15 feet almost instantly. And right on the edge of that of that drop off. There's a little bit of strange marks, and probably a place where fish like to be at, and that's probably why these diving ducks are working the area. I'm going to go across this area here again. We're going to go more directly over it this time. See if anything happens. Another thing about sonar, about this high frequency side scan stuff, is that you might see something on one pass and then go by it at a slightly different angle and not see anything at all. So I've learned that when I'm searching an area to find new structure, I need to crisscross it, several times. But you can see, as we're going back over, you can see those little marks. See a little bit of a shadow right there, possibly. So, yeah, but everything's pretty quiet right now. So, anyway, I haven't seen very many videos on the Halo radar system other than, promotional. Come on in here. I need to close this door. All right. But most of your videos out there are professional fishermen that have received these units, and of course, very promoting them. I'm not saying that they're necessarily doing it in an improper way. I mean, I think they're being honest from what I can see. But certainly, when you're getting free equipment, you don't want to say anything bad. So, I intend on doing a little bit more formal video on this system. So far, it looks pretty good. But I will say that you think when you look at all the promotional videos that you're going to get, there's a float here in the water, a crab pot float, and you think you're going to see that, and you're going to see the bird over there, and you're going to see the rain, and you're going to see the land, and you're going to see all the boats. And while it is true, the settings that enable you to see the birds and see those little styrofoam floats are not super practical for running through the bay at night. But here's the cool thing: as long as you've got multiple screens, is that you actually get two radars in one, effectively. So I'm on the secondary here and the primary here, and you can set these completely different on range, on gain, rejection, modes. The only negative thing in my case is that this being an HDS Gen 2 lacks a lot of the features that this Live has. And one of the really neat things with the Live is this ability to track targets that are moving. And you can even have it alert you when things are coming towards you, or there's a collision, potential based on the course and the speed and all that. Now, I've got trailing turned on, so these are 30-second trails. And as you can see, everything's kind of spinning around me, and that's because we're just basically in one spot, just circling around. So if we were to go, see, make sure we're not going into the shallows here. If we start moving, I'm not going to go very fast because I don't have anybody with me to look out. But bottom line is, as we start moving, things will start leaving straight trails. Now, the coolest thing that's happened to me so far was, this is the second trip, by the way, with this system. The first night, I took this thing out at night. As soon as I got the radar working, I went out that night to just see how it would do and learn a little bit about it. And I had a trail next to me, a couple 100 feet to my right. And I mean, it was hauling butt. It was going a little bit faster than me, and I was going about 25, 26. And all of a sudden, it did a hard left turn, just a 90-degree turn to the left, and it disappeared right in front of me. So, but it was a very small target. I could clearly, I had my spotlight on it. There was no boat there. It ended up being a bird. And just as I was like, what the heck was that? Just kind of right here, I saw a bird go by that landed in the water, which kind of, I guess he didn't see me coming, because I surely doubt he would have stopped right there if he knew a big boat was coming at him. But it was just so cool to see that bird flying and leaving that trail and turning. And that reminded me of those UFO videos where you see something, what the heck was that? There's some fog right over here, right between here and the pass. I'm debating on whether I'm going to even go out towards the Gulf or not, because Well, it looks like it's probably foggy, but also tomorrow night there's a SpaceX launch. I don't know what time it's going to be yet. Just checking my soundings here, but anyway, I want to come out and watch it because we can see launches from here. But a lot of the launches have been going to the southeast, most of the Starlink launches, and you really cannot see them unless you can't have any obstructions to see those because they pretty much go up and then out and down. Whereas, the old traditional launches like the shuttle would go up and then it would go from right to left and pretty good elevation. I mean, you could see it, going up along these lines here. And I have no idea what that mission's going to do. So my thoughts were to at least come out here in the bay and preferably to get out in the Gulf. And if we can get out in the Gulf, I know we'll see it. I don't care which way it goes. And it's going to be the Falcon Heavy, so it's going to be worth the look. So I'm kind of thinking about saving fuel. There's nothing out there that I haven't seen before and no compelling reason to make that drive out there today. All right, so I'm looking at this one wondering, why are the targets circling around me still when I've been moving forwards for a while? Very strange. Very strange indeed. Let's clear the trails and start over and see what happens. It's probably because I'm not moving very fast, so there's not much trailing happening. Yeah, they're still circling around me. That's quite surprising. Not what I was expecting to show you guys. So if I look at the other unit, let's see what it's telling us. Oh, there's a diving duck was popped up right in front of us. And down he goes. I want to see him on the sonar here in a second. See if we can catch him on the side scan real quick, and then we'll go back to our fun. And we're going over him right now. Sometimes you won't see him ever again, and other times you'll see he's down there doing his thing. And he's out of here. No sign of him. So strange. All right. I'm wondering if I don't have my trails on here. I got 30-second trails. We're going very slow. I guess that's probably why it's not impressive, but I just don't feel really good about being on the edge of this fog and trying to hold this camera and talk to you guys and go very fast right now. I need to get a mount. But you can kind of see some trails here. So the trails are really useful for just kind of seeing what the movement of a target is, if it's turned, if it's stationary, and the lines are all straight, that it's just a buoy or something like that. See the frames at the port sticking up, maybe. Fog. I need to get back to a little bit better display here to keep an eye on my location. But you can probably see these two buoys. You could see them for a split second before the focus changed, but there's two buoys right there. All right. And here they are right here. So here we are, the two buoys right over there. Very nice. It's got another one out ahead of us, straight ahead of us right now. And you can see that. And a secondary target, which I believe is the matching green buoy next to it. What I'd like to have is another one of these. I just need you guys to get me enough views that I can afford it. How's it going? Chuloco, I believe. Sorry, my eyes suck. My glasses, I got to compromise. My glasses are not really good for reading the chat screen on this YouTube app. Be able to see my units and also to look above them and see. I'll show you guys how I'm navigating here. Enjoy your youth while you have it, because when you get old and things start going wrong, it kind of sucks. And I really have a new respect for people that have glasses their whole life, because it really is it's a great thing, but it's a burden too. You gotta have them. They get knocked off your head. You run into things, and man, I had 50 good years without having to wear them, but now I do, and it seems like my focus gets worse every week. All right, so go back to the front here. More diving ducks. We're in 33 feet of water right here, kind of in the almost the middle right now. I think the birds know something that I don't. Something about the fish are available, but who knows? These guys are pretty big. There he goes. So far, see any moving targets. Now, I could use this unit in what's basically called harbor mode. I could put the smaller unit on the close up, but right now, for me, the more important targets to track are the ones that are close. And so this unit has that tracking, but I can always zoom out on radar. All right, so it's detecting it's giving me a danger notification about something that it thinks I might hit. Probably this buoy that's ahead of me, but it's quite a ways up right now. So that's 3 miles. I haven't even tried anything bigger. 12 miles. It's probably picking up land, rain, who knows what. But if we come in here, we'll come into the 1 mile zone. So I'm not real familiar with, I haven't even read the book on this yet, but I believe the yellow is kind of a warning saying, yeah, 31 is a danger. It says I'm going to hit it about 2 minutes if I stay on this course. So that's pretty cool. Over there. But, it's nice to, I mean, really need to have this. It's pretty much a given that I need the chart. The radar right now is pretty dang useful considering visibility sucks. But I really want to be able to see that too. And even having the longer range radar on here and not having the target tracking kind of makes this one useless. So this one's going bye-bye. And we'll see whether it's a 7 or a 9 or a 12, but really depends on how much I'm using the boat. So another interesting thing for the boaters of you that might watch this, I picked up a Carco flush system. So this boat has 1-inch intake hose. The system I got here, I think I've got it here. Yeah. Just installed this. Another thing we're doing is testing it. So this is the Perco Flush Pro 1-inch system. Compatible with out drives as long as you don't have an impeller in it. And what's the result? The result is the boat runs warmer, considerably warmer. It's within reason, but it's what I've discovered on this is I had a bad water pump when I first bought it, and I ran it for a bit, and it got warmer and warmer. And I had to change it, but it's running around 160 here, with a fast idle. It probably dropped down with some RPM. But when it gets in that 160 range, there's enough heat emitting into the engine bay that it makes the carburetor a little bit unhappy. So basically, it's been running like 120, 140. So it made a difference. That's what I'm trying to say. And what is that? It looks like a sailboat right there. Must be one anchored up. He's not underway. Just barely peeking through the fog. So there's old 13 right there. See it on the chart. See one between the two right here. And directly ahead of me right now is a sailboat. I'm on a 1/4 mile range. I can see it, but the radar hasn't showed it yet. If I zoom in maybe a little bit on the other one, let's go to the 1 mile range. That sailboat, probably that first target right there. Yeah, because to the left we have a channel marker, and we also have a sunken boat over here. And so there should be 3 targets: sailboat, sunken boat, channel marker. And I believe this is probably the other buoy to the left of it. Interesting. So let's see. We're at 21 feet of water right now. There's actually a sunken boat back here on the right. I'm going to take a look at it here in a minute. It's, if I remember correctly, that one doesn't have much going on as far as the sonar is concerned. All right, there's a duck right there, and he's picking up as a target. He's an imminent collision target in 13 seconds. So, I'd say this radar system, I'm going to be picking that little duck up. That's pretty dang cool. I don't think I have too many complaints about the system in that respect. All right, so we've got a buoy, channel marker over here, a big tower style, and then a sunken boat behind it. Maybe you can see it if I keep this moving, but probably not. It's a sunken yacht over there, and then an anchored sailboat. And you can see all those targets, and there's something behind. I cannot see something behind. I believe the sunken boat. No, that is the sunken boat. Two buoys over here. That's what it is. Red and green. All right. Well, there you go. See, I didn't realize that there were 5 things. I only saw 4. So once again, radar's definitely proving kind of nice to have. I get in here and take a look at these targets, and I'm going to turn around and head back. Now, also, I intend on putting a AIS compatible radio in here. I haven't really researched all this, but I know that it can tie into the system and identify vessels, which will be nice. 11 feet of water here. Just want to take you guys a little closer to this for a second. That's about a 35 footer right there. It's definitely moved into a little bit deeper water than it was last time I was out here. You could see the main salon and everything before all the windows broke out. We'll go by this channel marker here real quick. But let's take a look at our structure scan as we pass that. Just as the back of the boat goes by, they'll start picking these pilings up. It should be coming into view. And we're going, how fast are we going right now? I don't even know. I don't have a speed on this screen. We're going a little bit fast, so it probably made those pilings look pretty tiny. You don't really see much there to it. But if we went back by it carefully, then yeah, man, what a mess. What a mess. Wow. I guess the tide is probably up further too, but it's gone over some sort of an edge. Last time I was out here, she was definitely about 4 or 5 feet higher. What's strange though is the depth in this area. The soundings would show it to be about 5 feet right now. Well, unless it's breaking up, which I highly doubt on the bottom, then I'm showing about 6 feet though. So it's and that's under. We're not moving, so little Runo antenna on it. Oh man, there's 3 of those in the waters around here that I'm aware of right now. It's amazing how many of those things go to the bottom. And I don't think it's an insurance job because that's typically going to include salvage. So if it's not salvaged, then my guess is that somebody was probably living in it and it took on water, and that was that. Well, Charlie Blue, what do you think about all this? Charlie definitely has gotten where he likes riding in the boat. Really, if it's got an engine in it, he's going to ride on it. There's a whole lot of nobody out here today. So there's Shell Island finally coming into view. If you've been to Panama City, you've probably been to Shell Island at some point, and there's the channel. So close to being in the Gulf right now. A little bit of fog rolling across Grand Lagoon. We ought to check the weather real quick to see if anything's developing. Hopefully it doesn't lose the stream. See if I can get it to work. Yeah, maybe I can't. Well, I guess I can't. I guess I'm just going to have to wing it. All right, so I'm going to go look at the sunken boot real quick. I don't think there's anything there, but we'll look at it. And I think I'm going to probably start heading back. Probably shut this down. I keep saying I'm going to buy a camera mount. And I've got a charger right here, so I can just plug it in and stream the whole ride. Cuss words and all. Righty, let's see where our sunken boat is at. Right here is a sunken boat icon. I have a trail over it, so instead of getting information on the wreck, I'm getting information on the trail. Oh well. Anyway, we're going to shoot over there in just a second. Air conditioner's back on, doing its magic, keeping the humidity down and the windows defogged. It's a good idea to keep the windows defogged, isn't it, Charlie Blue? I wonder if a rooster would keep the windows fogged. You think a rooster would keep the windows fogged? Can you crow like a rooster? Can you speak? Good. Can you crow like a rooster? No, like a rooster. Crow like a rooster. Rooster. Like a rooster. You know how to crow like a rooster? Crow. No, like a rooster. Crow like a rooster. Crow. No, he's not going to crow. I bet if there was a treat involved, he might crow. If he thinks there's a treat involved, he might crow. You want to crow like a rooster? Like a rooster. Good boy. No treat. Sorry. Tricked you. All right, we're going to head to the wrecks. Yeah, it's pretty foggy. We just had a pretty good little storm system go through here in Panama. There's actually two over here, and I believe I've only ever looked at one. These little pelicans are sitting. Yeah, I hate to disturb them. Yeah, they might stay there. I don't like getting too close to them because they're almost always going to fly away. They're right near the wreck. So the wreck is right here. Let's see if we can get anything on the sonar. They're not too happy with me. There's another one just west of here, maybe a tenth of a mile. So we'll shoot over that one real quick. Oh, there's definitely some things happening on the bottom. Let's take a look. Definitely fish around that wreck. Not a whole lot of. Oh, come on. Not a whole lot of structure down there. Maybe a little bit right there. All right, let's take a look at this other one. We do. Okay, right over there. I see a light shining through over there. I don't know if it's a tower or vessel. Yeah, it's flashing. All right, we're coming into about 25 feet of water up here. You see there's some pelicans sitting up there. And I believe they're going to be right about where that wreck is as well. My phone's going to grab focus on the. It might be the other side of it, but we're pretty close to it. Okay, so we're coming up on it. Let's see what happens. Not very firm. There used to be a sizable sailboat out here that sank. Maybe this may be it for all I know. It's probably going to be pretty visible if it's that one. This is more like an old wreck, and that one's probably been salvaged. Okay, we're crossing it, so let's switch back to full screen. See what comes up here. All right, well, we got the fish. Oh, yeah, we got a boat down here for sure. I believe that's that sailboat, actually. We split that bad boy. We're at 24, and that thing's sticking up every bit of 10 feet. So you see one of the masts right there. So I guess that boat did not get salvaged. And what we need to do is to go parallel to it, and we get a better view of it. That's cool. I didn't realize that one was, this one was further inland than the other one. I only hit that one day. Oh, that's a good size sailboat. I remember it when it first sank. And that was kind of neat to look at. It's pretty impressive. And of course, you could measure the length of it all. It's probably a 35, 40 footer, I would bet. That's not a small boat. And I probably should have approached it from a little bit further up north, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I think we'll go a little bit further. I got in a hurry because I'm trying to get this video wrapped up. Let me zoom in a little bit and get a better target on that bad boy. Yeah, we missed it by. Oh yeah, we missed it by 100 feet. All right, well, that would definitely be a problem. Yeah, we're gonna get it this time. I really do like it out here though, and the less busy it is, the better. It's very peaceful to get out here and get away from people. This area is becoming quite popular, with people moving here, and so if you're in any businesses, if you're driving, it's just crazy how busy it can be. It's just nice to get a little break from it. All right, we're going to definitely make it too close to it this time, but I'd like to be a little bit further away from it just so we can get more detail of the entire boat rather than split it like we did the first time. So let's try. There he goes. I'm trying to drive, and it's hard for me to keep the phone in a good spot. Oh man, there are fish just tearing the water up right here. I'm going to drop a line in here next time on the round. I think we got a decent view on it. I still got a little too close to it. Looks like a bona fide real wreck. There's debris laying next to it, and the masts are laying down. Still got too close though. All right, one more pass. That was actually not the best side for the sonar. I grew up on this water right around down past the port on the other side of the bridge, and I've just always been fascinated with any sunken vessels out here, especially the old shipwrecks. Maybe I'll do a video one day on that. If I find any video making energy. I don't have a lot of video making energy anymore, but all right, we're going to just guesstimate this time. Live streams, those are pretty easy to do. But doing the whole video production, it's just something I don't have a lot of time and energy for at this point in my life. Okay, I think we should be going by just any second now. I don't remember seeing these, which makes me wonder if I got a little bit too far. And when I see it, we're going by it right now. I see all the, yep, I see all the fish breaking the water. Well, I'd hope the view would be better, but we caught it so broadside. So I got one more trick up my sleeve. We're going to go on the other side of it. I can see by the fish breaking the water where it's at. So we are going to go on the other side of it and try to get it looking at it from the top of the mast and then back towards the boat. And I'm having to guesstimate positioning here. I do not have the map up right now. When I get next to it, should see the fish breaking the water. I'm crossing my wake right now, which kind of really throws you off because it's moving. So I'm trying to, and I have so much fog, I can't really pick a target on the shore to head towards. So just a big guess. But I feel like we have to have gone past it by now. And I see no signs of it. That could be a mast right there. We may have gotten way too far over. All right, I'm going to switch. I bet we went past it. Yes, we did. Wow. Yeah, I actually came over. I have no idea how I came over that far from where I should be, but I did. Oh, amazing. We're going to go around it, way around it. Then come back again from the south. Leave some nice wake around here to mess up the image. All right, we're going to do it. Hey, Craig. Sorry about the late responses, everybody. I'm pretty busy here with my head on a swivel and trying to drive this thing and navigate. Okay, one more try. Try to get it within 40, maybe 40 feet or so. I think we're on a pretty good course for it. Maybe too close even. Keep it going straight. All right, I'm seeing it's coming up, so let's see how we do. Ah, we split it again. Doggone it. Split it again. Which means that the little marker they put on there is a little bit east of where the boat's actually at. All right, well, you know what? I got energy. Let's do it again. That's a pretty cool image if you get down to it, though. I never would have dreamed of going out in these conditions without before I had a pilot house boat. Really makes a difference in feasibility of going out with rain and temperature issues. Plus having the radar and the electronics really, it's a nice package all the way together. If you want to go out whenever, then you can definitely pull that off with this setup. All right, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna be what I calculate to be about another 30 feet. Ooh, don't get too close. Another 30 feet to the west is my goal. All right. See, yeah, we're pretty close. There's fish breaking the water right here. And may have done it this time, though. Then they got the image we want. Oh, yeah. I'm happy with that one. I think the issue this time is that my speed is a touch fast, which has resulted in shortening of the vessel a bit. Let's see. I'm wondering where is our. That's a big boat. It looks like it's over 40 feet for sure. Wow. Hmm. That was a big loss to somebody. All right. All righty. I think I'm going to head back. So I will. I need to get a mount. I hate having to shut these videos down. I'll leave it on for just a minute, but I cannot really focus on what the camera is looking at. I need to. I need to really keep an eye on things going on around me here just to be safe. Take a look and see if we have any moving targets. I have a bird flying, which you might be able to see going across. Right. He's going right there. And he actually shows up on the radar. He was showing up really good a second ago. All right, here we go. We're going to do it. Looking around. So I'm working on getting a boat lift behind my house. And once I do that, once I have that boat lift in place, I'll be able to really start doing some things with the boat that I currently can't really do. For example, the refrigerator, it needs power going to the boat all the time. And it's not practical to plug it in where I'm keeping the boat right now. Once I have a lift, the boat will be on charge all the time and I'll be able to keep everything on that I need to. So, I don't keep food in here or drinks. So, pretty much, I get out here for a couple hours and it's time for lunch and I have to go back. Once I get this thing, completely dialed in, then I'll have the ability of making, something, cook, have a drink. I'll have to run back for lunch. Well, gotta be careful. We're gonna shortcut. Channel markers over there. So a little bit of a shallow area. Not too bad, but I'm gonna stay away from the shallowest part of it. I don't like surprises. See here, he goes down to 5. Then it drops off really fast. All right, we're at 11 feet. Never got shallower than about 8-ish. Pretty good fog right over there. What I really need to do is get some fuel. I think I'm going to wait, on the next trip over this way. So we're turning about 3,400 RPM. We're making 25, burning 11.8, which I could probably trim it. I had it trimmed down the other day. See if we can do a little better. Fuel burn. Have another shallow that comes out right across here. It's not too bad. But we're doing 11.9 for 26 with some trimming. The orange channel marker right there. That's this. Got a little buoy right over there. That's also picked up here. All right, we're coming across the shallows now. Wow, big fun right here and there. I've been out here many years ago and just suddenly got in the middle of fog like that, and it is unbelievable. I mean, you can't see. When that comes over you, you are blind without radar. I actually wouldn't mind if it came over here, but I don't want to wait around for it, so. Now I could also turn the gain up on this radar, and those birds that just flew by would very easily show up. We got this little marker right here, these dots. So birds is flying right there. Wow, it's like glass out here right now. five? Want a high five? Want a shake? Good. Want a high five? A high five? I gotta draw the booth. Going by the Port of Panama City now. Big tit building. Earlier, when I first came out, I noticed some sort of smoke or maybe some kind of steam coming up of the new building at the college. Watched it for a while, and I just couldn't figure out what it was, but there were people in the area, so it'd be interesting to see if maybe lightning started the fire in that new building. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's, I've never seen it, you know, I haven't been out of it raining. Maybe some kind of air conditioning system stands up whenever it's wet from rain. And Orion. And the Hathaway Bridge. All righty, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down because I do not like going under here because of all the people that fish along this in their boats. So I want to keep a good eye out. So for safety, I'm going to shut her down. I don't see any more smoke or steam over there. So whatever it seems to be gone, that's good. But anyway, thanks for stopping by, everybody. We'll see you next time.